got rid of the Pathfinder, and I'm going to go ahead and harvest the garden here. I'm going to take some time to talk about my successes, my failures in my garden this year, and what I'm going to change for next year, for next spring, definitely. A few successes, I would say for me, have been spinach, zucchini, I guess butternut squash, lettuce has been pretty good. What else? I grew birdhouse gourds for the first time. They're doing okay. I'm still working on my loofah sponges. So those have been some of my crops that have done really, really well that I can say I'm happy about. I'm happy about my pumpkins, but I'm going to change how I do my pumpkins next year. I knew they were going to get big. I didn't know they would get this big. I don't know if giant pumpkins, if their pumpkin vines get larger than a normal sized pumpkin or what, but they are definitely taking over my garden. So next year I'm going to change that. I'm going to make a hillside just for my squash and my pumpkins. Beans have been pretty good, and these are from Amy's family. So her grandmother has grown these beans for years before she passed away. So that's kind of cool that we still have these family beans in the family, I guess. Family beans in the family. So let's go ahead and check out some of our garden, and I'll talk about some of my failures and some of my more successful plants. The peppers have been a success. The butternut squash has been a definite success. We've already had one or two of these. I think we got about 20 of these in the garden. So if we eat a butternut squash once a week, we are gonna have squash for over 3 months, really. 4 months of squash if we eat squash once a week. So the butternut squash is a definite success. We have gotten tons and tons of crookneck squash here. I'm gonna be honest, I meant to just plant straight yellow squash. I don't think I was paying attention with the packaging maybe. So this isn't what I normally grow, but these are tasty. They're also for decoration. We made pickles out of these. We will grill them on the barbecue, and we put them in pasta sauce, lasagna. So we have had tons of these. So the crookneck squash has definitely been a success. Pumpkins, pumpkins, pumpkins. I got a lot of pumpkins. I went kind of crazy on the pumpkins this year, but I'm really enjoying it. I have, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 fruits that are going right now. Most of them are not that big. I'd say bigger than a softball. A couple are maybe a kid's bowling ball size. So the pumpkin contest is on. I will be doing an update soon. But I am really happy with my pumpkins. The only thing I'm going to change next year, I'm going to have an entire hill just for my squash, because man, these pumpkins love to vine out. I have some pumpkin vines that are probably close to 25 feet right now, and it's only the end of July. So by October, these things are going to be even longer. But I am happy with my pumpkins, let me tell you. I'm going to show you just one or two, but this is not the official update. Like I said, the beans are doing good. We have not gotten any beans just yet, but I know we will soon. The corn right behind me is doing great, so we will probably have an August harvest of corn and beans. The squash this year has been awesome. Something that has not been great is the crop of tomatoes. I haven't gotten any yet. Part of that is my fault. I did not plant them till really late. It's weird, that's usually something everyone plants. It was the last spring summer crop I got in the ground. I was just so busy. This is my first year having a garden in this area. It's probably my second biggest garden I've ever had. Next year I'm gonna double its size. But like I said, it's almost August. I've not gotten a single ripe tomato yet. Part of that is I waited late and we've gotten a lot of rain. It's raining on me right now, if you can tell. I have only watered my garden a few times this summer because every other day we get a pretty big rainstorm. I don't know if that's affecting it. I need to ask my friend CB at CB's Greenhouse. Check out his channel. He is a master grower of tomatoes. I think he's trying to get 600 pounds this year. So he has a really nice setup. I need to ask him for some advice for next year, but go ahead and check out his channel. I have done awesome with lettuce and spinach. I've grown lettuce and spinach for the last 4 months and I haven't had a break. So where I live, it doesn't get super hot. I think our hottest day so far was 91 degrees. At night it's in the 60s. So I've been able to grow spinach or lettuce all summer. I found that the spinach gets a little bitter when it gets too hot. The lettuce I've had in the shade and I haven't had that problem. So lettuce is a definite success. I've done a great job with zucchini. My only regret is I did not plant enough of it. And I waited too long to pick stuff. I was out of town. I just didn't get to it. So I have 4 zucchinis that are about 2 feet long. I'm just leaving them. The state fair for North Carolina has a competition for the largest vegetables. I'm not really trying to win it, but I'm just gonna keep them growing. And just for fun, I'm gonna see if I can enter the competition for biggest zucchini. So I guess wish me luck. That's still a month and a half away for that little state fair I'll be entering, hopefully. But the zucchini I've loved. We've grilled it. Zucchini pickles. If you've never had a zucchini pickle, you are not living. You gotta have a zucchini pickle. Way better than cucumber pickles. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Another success has been the tomatillos I've planted. This one may even be a little bit ripe. I need to plant or pick them right now so they don't over ripen. I want to give a shout out to Rob at AZ Farms. He gave me a little advice on my tomatillos. I have grown them before, but it's been probably a decade, and he gave me some advice on the best time to pick them. So Rob, here's a shout out for you. Rob is an amazing gardener out in Arizona. He has to deal with things I don't. For instance, I'm in the pouring rain again. This is my 3rd time trying to make this video because of all the rain. But Rob's way out in the desert. It was 120 degrees at his place this summer. So he definitely has some challenges. Rob, you are a garden hero. A lot of us other YouTubers look up to Rob. He just is an amazing gardener. He grows stuff that's out of this world. A couple of the things he's shown, I don't even know what they are. I've never even heard of them. So Rob, you are a garden hero. So let's pick some tomatillos, eh? It's tomatillo time, tomatillo time. We got some peppers, we got some squash. Yeah. I was going to talk about some of my struggles this year, but this weather is really not cooperating with me. I'll tell you a couple struggles though. My loofah plant is not doing well. My birdhouse gourd plant is doing okay. Those are like my 2 faves in my garden right now. I think it's just all this rain. The loofah will get about that big. We'll have a crazy storm and then it just rots. So that is not fun. I am still waiting on my corn, my tomatoes, my watermelon. I just cracked open a watermelon to see if it was good or not. It isn't. I'm not a big watermelon fan, actually. I've never had an entire slice of watermelon in my entire life. It's the consistency of it, I guess, the texture. But Rowan loves them, so that's why I grow them. Hopefully we'll get some. We got 5 or 6 at least. I want to give another shout out to the Passionate Gardener. We won her contest. I think it was her 300 subscriber giveaway a while ago. And she just sent us some awesome gifts, including this knife. This knife is great to pop off squash from the plants, especially butternut squash. And it was great to slice into the watermelon too. So, Passionate Gardener, thank you again for your generosity. We still got a lot of gardening to do, a lot of homesteading. I think one of my struggles is that I'm not just gardening. We got the goats, we have Olga, Amy and Ronan got the horses, we got the woods, the pastures to take care of. On top of that, every homesteader has the same stuff everyone else has to do. You gotta do laundry, you gotta clean the gutters, which I just cleaned the gutters 2 days ago for Amy, I guess for me too. So right, we got everything else going on top of this, but this is the life we enjoy. It's a big hobby, passion for most of us. So even though it takes a lot of our time, I think that's the way most of us like to live if you're a homesteader out there. So thanks for tuning in. I am going to share some of my struggles I've had in my garden this year. But again, this is my first year garden. That's pretty awesome. Check out my harvest right there. So for my first year having a serious garden on this property, I am very happy with what I've done. And next year it's only going to get bigger and bigger. This year was just about establishing the beds, adding good compost. Next year I'm going to do infrastructure. In the fall and winter I'm going to be building some shade structures, a vegetable wash stand. I will have a fall garden, but it's not going to be as big as this. It's going to be quite a bit smaller, but I'm going to try to be growing something all year round, so I hope that happens for me. So thanks for tuning in. If you enjoy our channel, please subscribe, share these videos, comment. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave suggestions. I'd love to hear any advice you may have, and we will see you in the future.